everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I did an update. As you can see, we're still in the UK. We've not moved to Qatar yet, but we are moving in about 5 weeks' time. In my last video, I said I was going to talk about how I went about getting the job as a teacher in Qatar and the interview process, application process, that sort of thing. So I wrote some notes down here that I'm going to be looking through as I talk you through my experience. I think I mentioned this in my last video. As you know, my sister told me about the job that was going in her school, and that's the school that I've got the job in. So she told me about the job. So I actually applied through the school website, but I found other roles on TES jobs. So TES jobs. That is fantastic for looking for teaching jobs all over the world. But I actually applied for a few teaching jobs in the Middle East, Dubai. Did I apply for any others in Qatar? I might have applied for one more in Qatar, but I applied for a couple in Dubai as well. But ultimately, I preferred Qatar in terms of family friendly. Although Dubai is beautiful, I personally feel like it might be more suited to, you know, a single person going out and, you know, living at large, having a great time. So I applied for the job, as I say, on the actual school website. And before being given an interview, they set up an informal discussion with the head of the school. Not the principal, just the head of the school section where I'm going to be working. So the informal chat was arranged for, I think it was around 8:30 in the morning, and it was on a Sunday morning. It was actually my birthday. So I made sure I got that in when we had the informal chat. When you are applying for jobs in the Middle East, be prepared that your interviews and any communication might be fairly early in the morning. Now, it didn't matter to me at all. In fact, I think it was earlier than that. I think it was like 7 o'clock in the morning that I had the informal discussion. But I didn't mind because the children were still asleep. So it was ideal. I think the earliest that I've had a Zoom call or conversation is around 6 a.m. Which, again, I don't mind because the children are asleep. As you can hear all the little chatting and whatnot. That would be going on if my children were awake. So the informal, I'm just reading my notes. So the informal discussion or chat was just, I suppose for their side, it was to assess my suitability for the role. What my intentions, was I really interested in moving my family across the world? So maybe they were looking for that. They didn't say that, they just said it was just to have a little chat and talk about it. But it allowed me the time to ask questions to help me decide, is this something I want to do? Do I want to uproot my family and move them across the world to the Middle East? You know, is it going to be the right thing for me? And I focused that whole discussion, that informal discussion, around, if it's right for my children, then I'll come. That's my main focus. And I made this very clear. I wanted to be confident that my children would have a better experience over there. My children wouldn't have a negative experience. And after having that informal discussion, and because I had some insider knowledge, my sister obviously works over in that school, I was able to talk to some of her colleagues about their children's experience, and I was left really confident that it'd be a fantastic time for my children. No matter how long we go for, it'll be an experience that will last a lifetime, and it will be relevant and it will be beneficial. So after we had that informal discussion, I was given an interview. I've actually got a management role over in the school. It was a management interview. So the format of the management interview was a presentation on how I would lead the provision and question and answer session with the principal and vice principal. The interview was really positive. It's nice doing it over Zoom because you can have all your notes surrounding you, and all everyone can see is this. I mean, I'm sitting here now with my notes to talk to you guys. and you wouldn't know. I could just pretend I'm just looking down. So you can feel a bit more confident, you're in your own space. And my school leaders just seem exceptional. Really warm, friendly, encouraging. So it was a really positive experience. So I had my interview on the 4th of Feb 2024, and then I was sent an offer on the 12th of Feb. So it was just over a week I was waiting. So initially I was given 2 days to answer whether I would like to accept the job or not, but I asked for some extra time so I could discuss it. Obviously it's a massive move, and they were very, very accommodating. They said, okay, we'll give you 2 more days after that. So all in all, it was 4 days, but so that's a really, really small amount of time, I suppose, to decide on something so big. But I would assume if you'd asked for a week, they probably would give you it, particularly as I applied so early. Obviously this was February, I had the interview. So the 4 days we had to make a decision. 2 of those days I was away with my mum and dad and the kids. So my husband was at home, I was away. So when I came home, the first thing we did was we created a spreadsheet, and it was all about finances. And I would recommend this. It just makes you understand, is this going to be financially beneficial to you? And you've got to consider all the things. Obviously, we're keeping our house, which is what I said last time. So we still need to keep paying the mortgage, keep paying the bills, council tax, water, gas and lecky. When you move over to Qatar, if it's a teaching role, you'll be given accommodation. And some places will give you accommodation bills included, medical care, that sort of thing. I've got accommodation, furnished accommodation, but I have to pay for utilities, but it's subsidised. Apparently it's not that much. Obviously I'll know better when I've moved over there and I can update you. I've got to pay for the internet and transport, so I'm going to hire a car. I'll talk about that in a second. So things to think about then when you're creating this financial spreadsheet is your commitments over here, if you keep any. So what bills do you have to pay? Put that all in there. Obviously the salary you're going to have. Is your husband or partner, if you have one, are they able to keep their job, or are they going to get another job over in Qatar? So all of that needs to be put in there. So car hire. Initially we were just going to Uber everywhere because the Ubers are quite cheap, but when we actually worked it out, just to go to and from school for me and the children per month would be over £300. So I'll get used to what it is in Real when I've moved over there, but it would be over £300 anyway. Whereas car hire you can get for just under £300 actually. So that, I think I'm going to hire a car, just the cheapest one I can get. Fuel, I've asked my sister about fuel, and she said she's got quite a big car that she hires, so like a big 4x4, and she can fill her tank for less than £20. So she reckons I'm going to get a little Ford car thing. She reckons I'll be able to fill up the tank of my car for under £15. But again, that's something I can update you on once we've moved over and I've, got used to the bills and everything. The internet is... The school have sent me a deal for 299 Qatari Rial a month, which works out around £64. That's probably the cheapest you're going to get. So the school are going to set that up for me. I get 2 months free, and then I have to start paying after that. So think about factoring that in. We considered the financial implications, and ultimately we came to the decision that the experience and the finance and everything was worth it. So we said yes, and here we are. Right here.
Can we please get a big giant lollipop?
I don't know.
The big giant ones. They have small ones in.
Oh, I know what you mean. I can't get this bit off, Noah. Oh, there we are. See you later. Oh yes, so I emailed back on the deadline and I said I'd like to accept. And then after I'd done that, I waited a few days, I think, and then they sent me, they just said thank you and things like that. So yeah, it was all a bit strange because obviously I accepted the job really early in February, and I'm not starting the job until August. So it's not until maybe the last couple of months that I've started to get all the bump, I suppose, all the things that I need. So so far what's happened. So I've attended a welcome Zoom meeting, and that's everybody that's starting at that school were in attendance, where we were given just some key information. Yeah, I knew a lot of it already because I'd spoken to my sister, I'd spoken to her friends and colleagues who would know the answers to the questions I had. And when I emailed the school, they emailed me back with answers. I've been sent the uniform policy. So it's loose fitting garments, obviously formal, professional, dresses below the knee with tights or long trousers, high necklines. So I've got to think about that and what I'm going to wear for work. Let me talk you through the induction timetable that I've been sent. So vast differences between UK induction, well, especially the inductions that I've experienced in the UK, and Qatari induction. So in the UK, my induction to my current job 14 years ago was, hello, get in your classroom, teach. And I was a new teacher then, and I just sort of, baptism of fire, just got on with it. This induction, and I know we are moving to a different country, so you might expect a little bit extra. We've got a trip to IKEA and a mall, so we can get, you know, soft furnishings or anything we want or need, because they know we won't be driving yet, because we've got to get our residence permit in order to get a driving licence, in order to be able to drive over in Qatar. We've got a family breakfast where all our families we're bringing over can all mingle and meet and have some food. All in lovely hotels as well, really nice hotels. We've got an evening social where all the new staff get together with the heads of school and whatnot, just to, it might even be the whole school, I'm not sure, just to get to know everyone. We start the induction 3 days after we arrive in Qatar in the actual school building, which is, you know, nice having that little bit of time to settle in, especially if you've got kids, get the kids settled, get little things for the apartment, shampoos, towels, that sort of thing. We have our flight details, they've been sent to us. I just want to say the school have been so good. I've finished work. I've finished work now. Technically I'm on annual leave, but I'm not going back after the annual leave, so I've finished. And my lovely friends and colleagues got me some vouchers, and I've bought a lovely new suitcase and a large tote bag that I could use as hand luggage and also use as a work bag. So I was very thankful. They gave me a lovely send-off, and I'm going to miss them. I was in that building 15 years. 1 year was as a voluntary student teacher, and then obviously after that I got a job, so I was employed 14 years. So, you know, it's at the end of an era, but I think it's time for a new and exciting challenge and adventure. The last video, I was waiting for the documents to come back. They all came back, attested, so that's great. But now I've just had my daughter's school report, and I've got to get that attested. I thought my attestation journey was over. I don't know if it's, I don't know if it's going to be in time. I don't know what I'm going to do. So, because my daughter is going into year 2, all students year 2 and above, and this is a ministry thing, Qatari ministry thing, not a school thing. If they're getting a school report sent over, or they have to have a school report sent over, it has to be attested from year 2. So I'm going to have to get my friend to sign it again. Then I'm going to have to send it off to London to get the apostille. And then I'm going to have to send it off to the Qatari embassy to get the stamp. And we're going in 5 weeks. I don't know if we've got enough time to get it back. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do there. We are coming back at Christmas, so we could pick it up then and give it in late. I'll just have to ask the school what to do in terms of that. But yeah, everything else is done and dusted, I hope, and ready to go. I just need to make sure. I had a nightmare the other night that we got to the airport and we were about to get on the plane, and I realised I'd forgotten the attested documents. And you've got to take the attested documents with you, because you've got to get another stamp or something from the ministry, the Qatari ministry over there. Yeah, and I had a nightmare that I'd forgotten them and I didn't know how to get them to me. So it's obviously on my mind that I'm leaving very soon. We have bought so many clothes for the children. I'll probably upload a haul, maybe a children's clothes haul for the things we've ordered. The things we've ordered for my daughter, especially beautiful dresses that we've ordered. My daughter is going to look amazing. I've practically got nothing. I need to buy myself some things to wear out of work and a couple more things to wear in work. I might do a workwear haul for me, or a try on, which might be of interest, the clothes that I'm going to be wearing out there. And I think that is everything I need to update you on at the moment. So at this point, we're just all very excited, and because I've only just finished work, now I need to write lists of what I need to do, what I need to pack, make sure I've got everything important document-wise. So thank you so much for watching this update. Hopefully it's been relevant to you. I've had a couple of comments on my last video asking for updates, and a couple of people saying that they're looking at doing a similar thing in the near, maybe far future. So I will continue to video relevant things. Hopefully it'll be less of me chatting and more of our adventure, getting on the plane, finally getting to the apartment, doing an apartment tour, all the exciting things rather than just the prep. In 5 weeks' time, that's what you've got to look forward to. If you've got any questions, just add them below and I'll try my best to answer them in a video or directly through the comments reply section. And please like and subscribe. It'll be really, really good if I can continue with this channel and to get something back from it, I suppose. So yes, I'd love you to become part of my community, and anyone who's already living in Qatar, it'd be great if you could subscribe, and then maybe you can offer me some advice too.